This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
With Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. It is great to have you with us here this morning on the Morning Drive. This Texas Tech should not forget what the Big 12 did. Tech following a court order doing what it said. There's a lot of truth to that. Mm-hmm. And for Cincinnati to vote on Tech punishment, they should have been asked to leave the call/room. They lost their right to judge. There's truth in that too.
Yeah, man, the Cincinnati thing just continues to be really confusing to me. Yeah, no doubt. But I don't think Texas Tech is just going to forget. I think it's a lot. It's really difficult to just the attacks that have come our way, the lack of support. Now, we don't know. I mean, maybe behind the scenes, Yormark and Kirby Hocutt were having conversations that we don't know about that were genuine, and they were civil, and they were good conversations and all that. We don't know that. But that being said, what they said publicly, man, it was pretty attacking. And I get supporting the 15 of the 16, but it didn't feel like there was any support here. So I just wonder how this is all going to play out in the future. Ultimately, I don't think Texas Tech wants to live its life in the Big 12 Conference. I think they're hoping to be ready for and be a team that's appealing when it comes to Super Conference time. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how far that is. It might be 3 years or it might be 50 years. I don't really know. But I think they've positioned themselves well. I do worry a little bit because it felt like the whole college football world was against you. That, we talk about how stupid and just lack of self-aware Michigan is with their little ban against the Tech volleyball team. That I'm like, how many others out? And we know that Georgia and Nebraska have said, hey, we're not playing them in any sports and all. And yet Georgia has done what they've done, and you could talk about Lawrence Phillips all day long at Nebraska
and others.
It's just like, just stop with the fact that you guys haven't made mistakes before or done some things that you guys probably regretted afterwards or whatever. But hopefully cooler heads prevail, and there's not this, hey, we're just going to gang up on Texas Tech and make an example of them.
Yeah. Lucas says this: the worst thing about all of this is that all of the monitoring and barriers we put in to prevent betting by college athletes did nothing to prevent him from betting thousands. And he's not alone. I mean, there's others that are out there doing this as well. I hope Tech doesn't fold and the heat gets turned up on Yormark and Cincinnati for sweeping this under the rug. Yep, we agree with that. Yormark still hasn't done an investigation into Cincinnati, at least not that we know of publicly. This Yormark represented the overwhelming majority of the conference and what he felt was in the best interest of the Big 12. He absolutely did what he was hired to do. He did. I mean, the best interest of the Big 12 and the interest of the other 15, if you don't even take Cincinnati out of the mix, I mean, the other 14 were right there in lockstep with him. And,
I don't blame the other 14.
Yeah.
I don't blame the other 14. As you know, I didn't think Brendan Sorsby should be eligible to play, so I can't blame those other 14 for thinking that.
Right.
Cincinnati, you don't get an opinion because you knew he was gambling when he was playing for you.
Yeah.
But the other 14, I can't be mad at them for. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely no. And my opinion was that, I didn't want to ban him, but I certainly wanted to suspend him. I would have probably said 6 games is what I said. Might have even whittled that down to 4, but I didn't feel like 2 was enough. And, when this whole thing first came out 7 weeks ago, I said, give him a second chance. But then when we learned that he had signed a deal at Tech, that he hadn't gambled and knew the rules, and when he used a burner phone with his brother-in-law and friends and funneled money outside of that, and the deceit and the lying, that was it for me. I was done.
Those people should feel great about this whole situation.
Somebody wants to know, Chuck, which conference should Texas Tech move to? I don't think you should. I think this super conference is going to happen, and I think what's going to happen is the super conference is going to happen for football, and I think what I think should happen, what I would like to see happen, is that the conferences in all parts of the country go back to more regional in action for men's and women's basketball, baseball, softball, track and field. Everything, so that you can get some control of your expenses, so you're not flying teams from Los Angeles to, Rutgers. And in our case, from Texas Tech to Cincinnati and West Virginia, it just doesn't make any sense. And even going out west, maybe Arizona and Arizona State makes some sense. But I think at some point in time, you'd like to think that these conferences will make more sense from a travel standpoint, but I don't.
It's always made more sense for a travel standpoint. It will never not make sense.
Yeah, right. But my point is that I think that will happen with everything but football.
Do you think it will?
At some point.
Do you think that makes sense? I think it makes sense. I just don't know if it'll happen.
Well, man, if
it's just going to be hard to put that back in.
I know.
The tube back in.
I know.
Or the toothpaste back in.
And they might say to you, okay, we can do that for football and men's basketball, but then you're going to say, well, are you going to do that for women's basketball too? And then if you do it for women's basketball, you're going to do it for baseball, and they're going to do it for softball. At some point in time, you just have to. At some point in time, somebody has to make a business decision and say it just doesn't make any sense to do it this way. But I don't know. Man, it is crazy. So why do all athletes sign something that says they haven't gambled? Well, it's part of the deal, and also acknowledging that these are the rules. I mean, you can say that they're, you kind of look at it and go, well, you're taking this gambling money, sponsorship, FanDuel and all the others, but yet you don't want them to bet. That's the one rule. That's the one rule. But at any rate, it's at least this chapter is closed in terms of him playing for you. Now it's the fallout.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
It's Tuesday, June the 16th, 2026. With this day in sports history, here is Jeff McGuire.
By the way, we have an answer now to when somebody asked if we were going to be putting, when Sorsby won his appeal, if we were going to put that in this day in sports history. Well, now there's no reason to. So, no. We were letting it play out to see if we needed to add it.
Well, do you think a year from now you'll be on June the 15th? You'll say Brendan Sorsby announced he is not going to play football. No. You don't think
because he never actually played for Tech, so he, not wishing him ill will, but he doesn't need to be brought up in this day in sports history.
Okay.
1945, however, Boston Red Sox pitcher Boo Ferriss, Ferriss, loses to the New York Yankees 3-2. Why is this significant? Because it ends his career starting 8-game win streak.
Was his first name spelled B-O-O?
Yep.
Okay.
1957, White Sox reliever Dixie Howell hits 2 home runs to beat the Washington Senators 8-6. 1978, Cincinnati Reds Tom Seaver no-hits the St. Louis Cardinals 4-0. 1993, Ken Kirby Jr. slugs his 100th career home run in Seattle. 2 years later, Marlins outfielder Andre Dawson hits his 400th National League career home run, bringing his total to 429.
Andre traveled a little bit towards the end of his career.
A little bit.
He did.
And in 2016, former Red Raider Daniel Colomb pitches a perfect ninth inning for the Oakland A's in a 5-1 loss to the Texas Rangers.
And now he plays for Baltimore, right? And he goes by Danny Colon. Is it Baltimore?
He went from Baltimore to the Rangers.
Okay, Danny Colon.
I think Chuck's talking about now. I think now he's with the Twins.
I was thinking the Twins.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
He has traveled around a little bit.
Well, yeah, but now he goes by Danny as opposed to Daniel. So, but maybe that's his preferred name.
Happy Fresh Veggies Day.
Boston's where he's at.
Justin Jefferson is 27. Laurie Metcalf is 71. John Cho 54, and Kerry Wood is 49. What was the for?
Just thinking about, you think of Kerry Wood as being young, and he's now 49. Because he came up so young.
Sure.
Sometimes it just startles you when you hear, wow, 49. I mean, everybody gets old. I get it. But it's just like, you think of Kerry Wood as the sensation and kind of like David Clyde, but he's, I don't know.
Okay. 1958. I'm sorry, 1858. Big difference here. Newly nominated senatorial candidate Abraham Lincoln addresses the Illinois Republican Convention in Springfield and warns that the nation faces a crisis that could destroy the Union. Speaking to more than 1,000 delegates in an ominous tone, Lincoln paraphrased a message from the New Testament. A house divided against itself cannot stand. And that is this day in sports history.
This day in sports history. Next year, this day in sports history, you talked about a guy having a couple home runs. Well, a guy had 3 home runs last night in the Astros loss for the Detroit Tigers. Colt Keith had 3 home runs.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, but he wasn't a reliever.
No, I understand that, but I mean he had 3 home runs. I mean, that's a pretty good achievement. I mean, you don't see that every night. So, I mean, the Astros lost 9-3. Mr. Keith is 24 years old. The only Tiger younger than Colt Keith to hit 3 home runs in a game was Al Kaline, who did it when he was 20. Keith is 24. Okay. This century, only 8 Tigers have accomplished the feat, including Miguel Cabrera twice. So that's pretty good company. Mm-hmm. Al Kaline and Miguel Cabrera, right?
Yep.
You can't fault that. So, but again, the Astros lost last night by a score of 9-3. The Rangers fell to the Minnesota Twins at home 4-2. Josh Bell with a 3-run home run, and Byron Buxton hit a home run. So all the runs were home runs for the Twins, accounted for by home runs.
Right.
So that's never good. The Rangers had 5 hits in the loss. Mackenzie Gore got the loss last night for Texas. So those 2 teams, Minnesota and Texas, will play again tonight, 6:30. It's a quick 3-game series, but it's over 4 days because they're off tomorrow because of the World Cup. So who knows? Maybe they'll get a little World Cup action in.
Maybe. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it'd probably be fun to at least kind of take part in that a little bit. Maybe see what's happening. Let's see, tomorrow in the World Cup, the game that will be in Arlington will be your one of your favorite countries, Jamie. England takes on Croatia.
All right.
At 3:00 tomorrow at Jerry's place there in Arlington. It's interesting.
Should have got tickets.
You should have. The World Cup doesn't recognize the names of the stadiums, but thank goodness ESPN is not kowtowing to that, and they just put the proper name of the stadium so that we know where the games are.
Because we would be totally confused if they didn't.
Well, I mean, it's Dallas Stadium, but it's in Arlington.
Right.
So, yeah,
Thank goodness, Chuck. Thank goodness.
I wouldn't know how to get there otherwise. Like,
man, I don't know what I would do.
Did they move it? I mean, I know it looks like a spaceship. Does it really fly?
Mm-hmm. All those things. Yeah, all of those things.
Did they take all the parking lots with them? So now that the baseball stadium doesn't have any parking now,
I think,
is that how that happened?
I think actually they did. I know. I don't think you can park there. I think you have to take a shuttle to the stadium. That's the way it is at a lot of these stadiums. You can't, like a regular person, can't just drive to the stadium.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know it's that way in Kansas City. That you've got to. I mean, they've got acres and acres of parking there between the two stadiums, but you have to take a shuttle or a bus to.
So what is in the parking lot?
I don't know if it's staging or whatever, or if it's, for the higher ups, or I don't know, but I know that you can't just drive to the stadium. That's my understanding. College baseball yesterday, Oklahoma knocks out Georgia 4-3 in a double elimination game. So, well, I guess Georgia now is in the losers bracket, I should say, and Oklahoma advances on. Texas eliminated Alabama 14-2. That's a pretty big number there.
It is very large.
Today, 2 elimination games. Troy and West Virginia. That's at 1. That's the game we'll have on 100.7 The Score beginning at 12:40. And then Georgia and Texas, 2 teams that probably didn't think that they were going to be in an elimination game this early.
Probably not. Yeah.
When you think about kind of the seasons that they had and where they were ranked and all those kinds of things. But that's a couple of SEC teams obviously going at each other. You rooting for Troy or West Virginia today?
Troy.
Okay.
I pretty much don't like anything West Virginia. Okay. Except the actual place itself.
Because of the
beautiful,
the hiking, yeah, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Yeah. Fan base, I'll pass.
Okay.
Silly song, just put it in a box and blow it up.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
A good morning with Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. Man, I wonder, with as much focus as there's been on one player, Jamie, over the last 7 weeks, and we're all guilty of it, talking about one player. I wonder how the other 84 or 123 or whatever the number is feel today. I wonder if there's some relief over there knowing that this is not going to be over their head, and going to Big 12 Media Days next month and being asked about it before maybe every game or every time that they're talked about.
They're still going to get asked about it at Big 12 Media Days.
Probably so, but I mean, it's different now because they'll be able to say, well, that's behind us and we're just focused on what's going on moving forward.
Yeah, that's exactly what you wanted, right?
Yeah. But you have to feel like there's maybe a sense of relief over there too.
No, a little bit, probably so.
And
they also probably backed their friend.
Yeah, no question. Yeah. No question. The other thing I think about too is, it sounds like from the reports that you're hearing now, we're going to know once we get to the start of the season, but it sounds like Will Hammond is really progressing nicely with the recovery of his knee injury.
Yep. Feels like that's kind of been rumored here for last 3 or 4 weeks, that there's a possibility of him being back in time for Game 1.
Yeah. Let's see. This from Big. Go
Did
ahead.
You read the commissioner's statement? I
have not seen it. I can you read it for me?
Here's the whole thing. The whole thing. Okay. Grab a seat. It's going to take a while. It's been a challenging week for both our conference and the college athletics landscape. The Big 12 looks forward to moving ahead as 16 strong. We wish Brendan Sorsby success in his future endeavors. End quote.
Wow.
Boy, that felt forced. No mention of Texas Tech.
No.
He spent all night working on that, didn't he?
I know. I think he got up this morning and wrote it.
He probably had some help. It's been a challenging week for both our conference and the college athletic landscape. Yes. It's been a challenging 7 weeks.
The Big 12 looks forward to moving ahead as 16 strong because we know the 16th school that didn't get to vote on certain things and that we are all angry with is really important to our conference. Since they're our best football brand right now, we need them to be good, so we hope they stick around.
We wish Brendan Sorsby success in his future endeavors. Yeah. Well.
Man, I hope there's never an email set out with my name and future endeavors in the same sentence.
That should be today's project for everybody. We all have to write a letter talking about something going on here in that style.
You always know, when the owner of something or the president of the organization, fill in the blank, when they say, we wish, like in my case, we wish Chuck and Laura the very best in their future and his family well too. You know that.
Why are we firing Laura too?
Well, because
she didn't do anything wrong. Why are we getting rid of her?
You're the only one.
It's all of us together. We wish them well.
I mean, does she agree that you guys are a package deal?
Not always. Not always. I mean, there's times. She's pretty much Team Chuck for the most part.
No, there's no doubt that she's Team Chuck, but that doesn't mean you're a package deal. But we might be able to keep her in the divorce.
There have been maybe a time or two when she has said, "I don't like you very much right now, Chuck Heinz." I mean, she has uttered those words, but she shows her loving and endearing support of me and my effort with just doing what I do. It's a struggle. It's real. Let's see. Am I the only one who was not impressed by Sorsby's message to the fans? Was expecting a little more flowers to be thrown Tech's way. Okay, so here's what Sorsby said. He said, "I'm grateful for the support from my family, my team, my Tech coaching staff, teammates, the community, and so many others who encouraged me to address and learn more about this important issue. As my journey continues, I remain fully committed to and focused on being the best I can be, both on and off the field." Yeah, it's a little generic.
I don't have a problem with it. I also don't care.
Yeah.
Anybody else got a statement? Anybody? Bueller?
Yeah.
Fry? Anybody?
No.
Bueller had no statements, Jeff.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I did find it interesting that the statement that Texas Tech released, the joint statement from President Skubinik and Director of Athletics Kirby Hocutt, that earlier this evening, Texas Tech University Board of Regents Chairman Cody Campbell issued an update on Brendan Sorsby and announced he will not be a member of the Red Raider football team this fall. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was kind of odd, actually. But, I mean, he's been highly involved. There's no question about that. When Brendan's lawsuit resulted in the granting of a temporary injunction, we found ourselves in a difficult situation. There's no question. With his health and wellness as our top priority, we supported him in spite of very different perspectives and opinions. Tells you that there was some discussion, probably a lot of discussion internally. Our position was challenged by many, but our support for him never changed. That's true. We will continue to extend all available resources that Brendan had as a student and athlete to ensure his transition is as successful as possible. I mean, he is operating without a rope right now, or will be at some point in time, very soon, with regard to his gambling problem and his addiction.
Sure.
And it ended with, "We heard from many Red Raiders and we appreciate your passion. Please know that Texas Tech will continue to be a constructive voice in matters related to health and well-being for all students." I mean, they certainly had his back up until the very end. But I will tell you this: it will be interesting if he's able to stay clean, so to speak, because it's a hard thing to overcome, especially when he gambled at the volume that he gambled at. But
and knowing that he has people around him that will help him get away with it. That's as big of a concern as anything.
Right, his friends and family.
Yes.
Yeah.
That instead of trying to help this young man, made it worse for him.
No doubt. I mean, there's going to be no shortage of people that will be his entourage, moving forward as he goes into the NFL. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see one who drafts him, and who signs him, and what happens going forward. And you just hope that he continues to get the help that he needs, because we've seen it too many times where there have been relapses, and for him the relapse could be a hard fall.
He's got to continue to put as much focus on that as he was here while he was trying to become eligible. Yeah,
and hopefully somebody will be as willing to help him as Texas Tech was, because, man, there's no question. And look, I wrote something. Yes, this is before. I wrote this and sent this to a friend of mine yesterday, before the Sorsby thing came out. I'll get it to. We're gonna have Jamie's question of the day next, but I'll try to get to this at 8:00. It was just my thoughts, and I had no idea that this announcement was coming down. I sent it at 6:41 last night, so I'll try and read that for you a little after 8 and get your thoughts on it. It was raw when I wrote it, so we'll see how it sounds now. So,
your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
I was sitting at my desk yesterday afternoon after the news of the lawsuit, Big 12 and all that, and I just kind of was sitting there thinking to myself, man, this is just becoming a lot.
This is becoming a lot, yes.
It just doesn't feel like it's going away anytime soon. Mm-hmm. And I said, a very simple question of the day for tomorrow is going to be, knowing all that we now know, and this lawsuit now coming back, and all of this, and what do you think Texas Tech should do? Okay, what do you think Texas Tech should do in this situation? Do you think they should keep fighting? Do you think they should talk Brendan Sorsby into going into the supplemental draft? Do you think they should just cut him and move on? Do you think, whatever, a lot of different things. And that was going to be my question, but that's
a good question. Did you answer that question yourself while you were sitting there?
I gotta tell you, pretty much what happened last night is exactly what I would have said.
Yeah, I believe that.
Talk him into heading to the supplemental draft. Tell him you will continue to support him, even if that means you pay him the whole $5 to $6 million that was promised. I would have. Do whatever you can. It's just not going to be good for him or for you in football terms. And it felt like, even though it was a lot of it was unfair, in my opinion, you were losing the PR battle nationally. And I still feel like there was a portion of the fan base, or maybe a large portion of the fan base, that wasn't happy. And so I felt like what happened last night is exactly what I would have wanted to happen.
Okay.
That would have been my answer.
Okay. I believe you.
All right. So my question for you today is completely different.
Okay.
Because I can't ask that question anymore. My question for you today, now, just kind of, now you know that Brendan Sorsby is not going to be on your football team. Mm-hmm. All right, and I'm asking you today to tell me what your regular season record is.
Oh, I kind of had an inkling that this was coming.
Just reset.
Okay, your regular season record. Mm-hmm. I think you will be, because if I'm going to tell you this, then I'm going to have to give you something here. I think you're 12-1, and unfortunately, I think one of those losses is going to come at home, because I'm not really scaredy cat about who you're playing on the road. Colorado on the road, Cincinnati on the road. I think you'll be highly motivated. Both teams will be highly motivated for that game. Oklahoma State on the road and Baylor on the road. I think your loss is at. Man, this is really hard. Nope, I'm going to change my mind. 13-0, 12-0. You're going to go 12-0. I can't find a loss that I'd be happy with.
I did think it was interesting that we were talking here about regular season and you got to 13 somehow.
No, 12-0. 12-0. I was thinking about the Big 12 championship game. I kind of moved forward there, James.
These questions of the day are they're tricky sometimes.
They are tricky. And I'm really trying to do a better job.
Then I'm like, he's just considering the Big 12 championship game as part of the regular season. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't. I don't call it postseason, but it's not regular season.
12-0.
I'm going to say 11-1 because it's really hard to go 12-0. I don't know who the loss is going to be. There's not, like Chuck said, there's not one on the schedule right now that just jumps out and says this is the game you're going to lose. You have a better roster than everybody in the Big 12. You have a better roster than Abilene Christian. 12-0. I mean 11-1. There's one game in there that you're just going to not be your day.
I think I'm with Jeff. I think you're the best team. I think you have the best roster. I just think there's going to be one that you're going to let slip. I tend to think it might be against one of the Arizona schools at home. Where I don't think it is going to happen, that I previously was worried, is Cincinnati. I think you will have a focused team, and I hope we hang 200 on them. 100's not enough. I want that game bad. Let's hope our team doesn't want it so bad that they get overhyped or whatever. But, yeah, I think you're going to lose one of those home games. Maybe it's, one of those last two of the regular season. One of those is on the road at Baylor or home versus TCU. I just think you're going to lose one, but I think you're going to still go 11-1 and get yourself into the conference championship game.
And see, the one...
Which you will also win.
Would the one game you might, if you looked at it and go, would Arizona be a team that concerns you?
Yeah, I said the two Arizona schools.
Yeah, okay.
Only because of how quickly it is in the season and how improved they were from last year. Houston would be the first one I would be a little concerned about.
See, I don't think
you're still figuring out who your quarterback is. And Hammond could be your starting quarterback. It could be his first week. There's still some questions there there's some concerns for that. I do still think you're the better team there, but I'd start there.
See, I was going to say Arizona, but I thought, man, there's no way we're losing on Halloween. There's just no way.
Because that's never happened before, except that it has. And the Crabtree catch was on November 1st.
I understand that. I know. I'm just saying I don't think you're losing on Halloween. I think it's going to be hype city, baby. Kids will be in their costumes. There'll be Spider-Man everywhere. You're not losing on Halloween. I just don't think so.
What will you be dressed as?
That's a really good question. That is a really good question. I don't know. I've got my Spider-Man out, but he's kind of outgrown Spider-Man, the little phenom. He's really into Snoopy now.
I'm sorry. Did I say what will the young phenom be wearing?
No, you said what would I be dressed as? Yes. And I said Spider-Man, but I was Spider-Man with the little phenom being Spider-Man 2 a few years ago, but he's kind of outgrown that, so I don't know that I'm going to be Spider-Man again.
You need to go into politics. Answer what you want to answer.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Don't forget the bottom line today, briefly, for about 40 minutes, as we'll get you ready for College World Series action today from Omaha. And then Astros and the Tigers tonight, 6:40, and the Rangers and the Twins tonight on Double T 97.3 at 6:30. Good morning with Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. We come to you from the First United Bank studio here in downtown Lubbock. Thoughts, comments? We've had quite a few of them today on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to doublet97.3.com for that, or the mobile app. Visual Edge IT hotline is open too at 806-771-0973. Jane Mansfield was the gal who I was trying to think of. That's the gal from Law and Order. That's her mom. I had a brain freeze, but thanks to a couple people that sent that to me and that put it on the Yates Flooring Center chat line where you too can weigh in.
Nothing more painful than brain freeze.
Yeah, it happens, or slippage. A little slippage.
I'm talking about when you eat ice cream too fast, Chuck.
Oh no, I understand that. I mean, you're right. I mean, it becomes painful like really, really quick, and then it's over. 806-771-0973 is the Visual Edge IT hotline number. So, what do you think? What do you think? Like, do you think it's just business as usual over at Tech Football, or is there now a little bit of a healing period? It's like, okay, guys, we've been working on our culture, and we got to continue to work on our culture. We got to continue to work on getting our team put together, and we got opportunities here to get better before the start of fall camp. And I don't think by any stretch of the imagination the season is lost. I'm not intimating that at all. It's just when the focus has been so much on one guy, and maybe they've already been doing this internally to make sure that, hey, all 125 of you guys are important. Because I think that's one thing that they have done a really good job over the last few years is building team culture.
Yeah, I don't worry about the team culture. I don't think Brendan Sorsby ruined it or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I think Joey McGuire has put strong pieces in place that will keep that from happening. Mm-hmm. Yes, you lost some great leaders from last year, no question. But I still think that that doesn't change who you are. So again, I'm not worried about that. I think it's everybody refocus, and focus now is going to be 100% on football and only football. So I think that's a good thing. Good
news, yeah. Mm-hmm. We get this from the Yates Flooring Center chat line off the Double T 97.3 mobile app, brought to you by Happy State Bank. Good morning, fellas. Good morning to you. Listening this morning in Show Low, Arizona. Have a great day. And that is a real town, okay?
Okay.
It's a city in the White Mountains of Arizona, known for its Old West history, inspired its name from a card game where the winner was told to show low. It offers a mix of small town charm and modern amenities, and it is a gateway to outdoor recreation in the surrounding forest. That sounds like a place you'd like to go, Jamie.
Yeah, sounds great.
Access to forest, hiking, Show Low Bluff Trail. It's got shopping and dining called the Deuce of Club Street, restaurants, fast food, local eateries, museums. I don't know if you're a museum guy. Are you? Yeah,
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Is there any museum in the world that if I took you to, you'd be like, oh, man, this is awesome?
Well, I'm not saying I would hate them. Mm-hmm. I'd like to go to the Natural Museum of History in New York.
Okay.
But I'm not dying to go to any museum.
Smithsonian, you're not really?
I'd probably enjoy it.
Okay.
I'd be all right with it. Okay.
You enjoy Cooperstown, right?
Yes.
Have you been to the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
I have not. I've only been to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
My guess is if you were driving by the Pro Football Hall of Fame and they said, hey, there's Pro Football Hall of Fame. Oh, it looks good. We'll keep going.
I probably would stop and go to it.
Would you? Okay.
Yeah.
Take a look around. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go inside and buy a Super Bowl runner-up T-shirt or something.
You never know. Maybe this might be your year.
Yeah. Monkeys might fly out of... Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. This person says, what a quinky dink. I used to have family near Show Low. They lived in the White Mountains. Okay. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. Again, thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center. Chat line, go to doublet973.com for that. Okay. Trying to think see if there's anything else here that just really, really interests me off the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Somebody brings up Samantha Lincoln going to Texas. That's a little disappointing, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, you can't be too disappointed, right? You went after another pitcher and got the number one pitcher in the portal class. So,
right.
I And I guess she didn't want her to go to Texas, but you knew she was going to leave.
Yeah. I mean, what are the odds facing
And
him?
she left even before you signed the other player.
Right,
so
right.
I'm sure she was told, we're going after somebody else.
Yeah. So you may want, if you will keep you, but if you're really interested in playing, then you may want to go there. Man, here's another thing. I've roped at Show Low's 4th of July rodeo.
Cool.
Are you a rodeo guy? You don't really strike me as a rodeo guy.
Have you ever heard me talk about rodeos before?
Mutton busting and calf roping, and I think like bull riding. I mean, I'm not stupid enough to put myself on a bull, but I do enjoy the bull riders. I think that if there was one event, like if you put me in a rodeo and said, "What's the one thing you want to see?" I want to see the bull riders.
Okay.
I want to see the bull riders.
Yeah, that's entertaining.
Because I think that's pretty cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Plus, it's the short attention span. If you're on there 6 seconds, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
8.
8's the number. Okay, but 6 ain't bad, right?
6 is a no score.
6 is a no score. Okay. Right.
Got to ride the full 8.
Would you ever be a guy in a barrel to be a bullfighter?
No.
Okay. Okay. 8:10 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Good morning, gentlemen. Just got back from Estes Park. Never visited there before, and unfortunately we didn't have time to go hiking. Loved it. Wow.
It's disappointing.
What in the world did you do? They probably just looked at the mountains and went, "Oh, doesn't that look pretty?"
That's good enough,
Yeah,
right?
Right. Yeah, just enjoy. Have a cup of coffee and sit there on the deck and maybe read a book, There's nothing wrong with that, right?
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.